Now I'm back on it. Now I'm back on it, man. Um, Look, my apologies, y'all. My apologies on the sound difficulties, man. But basically, in a nutshell, what I was talking about was um, the transition tag that was placed on Danny Dimes, basically giving him a pay increase of 15 to 16 million dollars. The transition tag was about $37 million. And I'm saying, hey, that's a good move on both ends. But it still gives other teams to come in and see if they can match that. And if they do match it, the Colts have the opportunity to match it. Um, but look, I think it's a good move on both ends. But maybe Danny Dimes wants more money. Maybe he wants to play for another team. Maybe he wants to see what else is out there regarding, you know, the money and the team aspect, but it's definitely a pay raise on his end. Knowing that he's still coming from off an injury, um, and it gives him one more year with the Colts if he decides to stay and not go to another team for an extra 2-3 million. I don't see another team paying more than 37 million. I don't, but look, it's the NFL. You never know. There are some teams that are in need of quarterbacks. Um, and the second thing was the Zaire Franklin trade, which I believe was more of a money thing, not a team thing, not a hey, he's got a podcast, not a hey, he's got too much attitude, not that he wasn't a locker room person or anything like that. I think it was strictly a money thing. Did he take a step back from last year due to his, with his performance? Yes, he did. But the player was available. He was on the team. He was on the field, making things happen. Yeah, maybe more now on the run defense than the pass defense. But look, nevertheless, he played his part. He did it well enough to get it done. It wasn't only him on that defense that was struggling, right? So this is why I believe it was more of a money thing. By today, the Colts needed to be underneath a certain dollar amount, and letting him go made that happen. Now it was a 1-for-1 swap trade for Kobe Wooden, which is a DT that's probably going to be backing up. Not probably, he's going to be backing up either DeForest Buckner or Grover Stewart. Like, he's not starting over them unless for some odd reason those guys get hurt. So he'll be a rotational player, but you lose a captain, you lose somebody that was available, you lose somebody that has some fire, you lose somebody that has some attitude, you lose somebody that has some swagger, you lose somebody that kind of could motivate that locker room. You lose somebody that knows how to go from the bottom to the top, from being a late draft pick to special teams to making and earning his way onto a starting roster in the NFL. You lose that hard work. I'm not saying that you can't replace that because everybody is replaceable, but that's what you lose. And now who do you have? You have Pratt that maybe you sign back, maybe you don't because he's a Lou guy. You got 5'7" who hasn't been available. So you got Saguna Luby, who's been, he's got speed, but he's been on the practice squad. Like, what other linebackers do you have there? You let EJ Speed go. So now you have to pick up somebody else. Is that in the draft? Maybe. Is that free agency? Who are you going to get that's maybe going to cost less? Or you're going to have to pay more for? Because either one of the Devons, they're probably going to want more. Devin Lloyd or Devin Bush. The guy that got just released, I think Edmonds from Chicago. You're going to have to pay. Like, so. Or maybe you pick up the linebacker from Green Bay because Zaire Franklin is going over there. And I'm pretty sure they're going to release him. Maybe you pick up him off that. But what What are we going to do? Today's the day free agency opens up. Let's see if the Colts make any moves on these splashes. I doubt if they make any splashes, but, let's see what they do. Alec Pierce is still, they're still trying to get him signed. And I know a lot of people were saying, oh, we're going to get Trey Henderson. I don't know, man. That's still a whole lot of money. That's still a whole lot of money to play that person. And there's some key people that we still trying to sign, or I believe need to sign. But look, y'all let me know, man. I'm just doing this right before I go to work. Y'all stay blessed. Peace. I'm out of here. Yo, sorry about the sound difficulties, man, but I got it locked in, man. I did a quick recap. Peace. I'm out.